Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about globalization, one of the most powerful ideas that has shaped the modern world. We're also discussing its advantages and disadvantages and how it impacts communication. The word itself comes from globe, and it really took root in the 20th century. At its simplest, globalization is the integration of world resources, ideas, and products to improve economies and societies. But it's not just about money or trade. It also connects cultural, social, and technological aspects, aiming to unite nations across borders. For instance, we see globalization every time we use a smartphone that's designed in the United States, manufactured in China, and sold all around the world. That single device reflects the interconnected nature of our era. Now, according to a paper written by Chen in 2018, globalization has five important features. First, it's dialectically dynamic, meaning it constantly changes as cultures interact and evolve. Think about how food has spread globally. Sushi from Japan, tacos from Mexico, or even adobo from the Philippines, which has gained popularity abroad. These cuisines change and adapt depending on where they are served. Second, it is universally pervasive. It reaches into every corner of society, influencing how people live, work, and even think. Streaming services like Netflix are a great example. They shape entertainment choices around the globe, and people from different countries now watch the same shows at the same time. Third, globalization is holistically interconnected, reminding us that nations today are deeply tied to one another. For instance, during the COVID-19 pandemic, supply chain disruptions in one country affected industries worldwide, from medicine to technology. Fourth, it's in a culturally hybridized state where different cultures share, blend, and showcase their traditions. Take, for instance, Korean pop music, or also known as K-pop. It has inspired local versions like P-pop in the Philippines, showing how ideas from one culture can spark creativity in another. And finally, it empowers individuals in the media society. Thanks to globalization, ordinary people can gain influence and recognition. Social media platforms like TikTok allow creators from small towns to reach global audiences instantly. So, you might be wondering, what does globalization do for us? Well, let's take a look at its advantages. One of the biggest benefits is the way it creates opportunities for businesses to expand worldwide, driving economic growth. For example, small online sellers in the Philippines can now use platforms like Shopee, Lazada, or even Etsy to reach international buyers, something that would have been impossible decades ago. Another important benefit is in education. Yes, it challenges universities to maintain equal standards, but at the same time, it makes learning borderless. This means that students, no matter the economic status, receive the same quality of education. Students can now study abroad through exchange programs or even take online courses from top universities worldwide. For example, a student in Manila can enroll in a free course from Harvard or MIT through online platforms. This access to knowledge builds skills that prepare young people for a globalized job market. Globalization also strengthens economies. It allows developing nations to trade resources and services in global markets, while developed nations can extend opportunities through investments and jobs. An example is the partnership between India and China, which has reduced poverty at a remarkable pace through cooperation and shared progress. Another example is the job the Philippines is known for. Yes, you got it right. Doctors and nurses, wherein hospitals from the US, Europe, and worldwide recruit health professionals from the Philippines, outsourcing their services with the help of Filipino workers. This is creating jobs and boosting the local economy. Technology transfer is another big advantage. We now share innovations at lightning speed. Large files can be sent instantly, and international collaboration has never been easier. Think about how communication has changed, from short, limited text messages to the quick phrases we use today, like IDK, I don't know, YDYM, I mean WDYM, what do you mean, or AFK, away from keyboard. These are examples of commonly spoken phrases in the modern era. Or consider how ride-sharing apps like Grab and Uber spread globally, adapting to the needs of different countries while making transportation more convenient. Now, those are just some of globalization's advantages. But of course, globalization isn't perfect. It comes with challenges. One major disadvantage of globalization is the digital divide. As Balakrishnan pointed out back in 2001, many developing nations lack proper infrastructure and connectivity. For example, in rural areas of Africa and Southeast Asia, internet access remains slow or unavailable, limiting opportunities for students and businesses. Their governments may not have the power to provide these systems, and because of this, their people often lose out on opportunities that come with global participation. In the next video, we are going to discuss the disadvantages of globalization and my conclusion on globalization. Thanks for watching.